netzachim. Kedushatcha anakdish. That sounds all right. That's it, we're live? Oh, wow. Hello! Yes, I'm just getting ready. All right, let's sing 128. 128. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Really nice to see you all. Be together. Page 128. Yedid nefesh avarachaman, Yedid nefesh avarachaman, Meshochav decha el ritzonecha ishtachavei la 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 el mul hadarecha. From the top, Yedid nefesh avarachaman, Yedid nefesh avarachaman, Meshochav decha el ritzonecha ishtachavei la 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 el mul hadarecha up high. Oh, Yarutz Avdecha Kemo Aya Ishtachaveh la 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 El Mul Hadarecha Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman, Yedid nefesh avarachaman, Meshochav decha el retzonecha ishtachavei la 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 el mul hadarecha. Oh, Yarutz Avdecha Kemo Aya Ishtachavei la la el mul hadarecha la 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 Shabbat Shalom, everybody. If you're joining us online, Shabbat Shalom to you. Welcome. It's good to be together. Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. It is good and pleasant for brothers and sisters to be together as we are tonight. Turn back to page 120 and 121 as Ruth Ann leads us as we light the candles for Shabbat. 120 and 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
There's a striker.
No, it's not there.
Where's the striker?
I know. Oh, there's a second. Wait. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahag likner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Lead ligner, shel Shabbat. Page 132 at the bottom, last 4 lines on the page. Or zaru ala tzadik, ole ishrei lehev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik, ole ishrei lehev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Or zarua la tzadik, ole ishrei lehev simcha. Or zarua la tzadik, ole ishrei lehev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 yailai. One more time. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, 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 yailai. Yailai, yailai, yailai. 135. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Page 138, verses 1, 5, and 9. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor bedibur echad. Hishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet ve'letila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat negabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat negabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumiori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaik nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. We stand boi b'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha ubetzala tochem uneam segula. Boi kala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. You can be seated. 141 in the middle of the page. Mi kolot Ma'im rabim adirim mishberei yam adir barom Adonai oei dotecha nemnu Levet Chana v'Kodesh Adonai leorech yamim. Page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruni leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We stand page 144. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba Be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayeichon uv'yomeichon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Ba'gala ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עולמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתבר וידרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ויאמרו take a couple of deep breaths. Turn to page 146. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Yai la 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 yai la 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 yai la 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 yai la 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 yai la 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 yai la 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 Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You can be seated. We turn to page 148. Together, the English in the middle of the page. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. 6 lines up in the Hebrew. Uma ha'avir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uben laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Together, Baruch atah Adonai Hamari Baravim. 150 in the middle of the page. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negei yomam v'layla ve'avatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. We stand for the Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. You can be seated. 154 together in the Hebrew. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha shinantam levanecha vedibarta bam Beshiftecha beveitecha uvelechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. 156 אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו. וראו בניו גבורתו שיבחו והודו לשמו ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם. 158 מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא מלכותך ראו בניך. בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים זה ליאנו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 160. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו חיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. Ya la 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 lai, 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 lai. Hi, la, lai, 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 lai. Hi, la, lai, 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 lai. Hi, la, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Turn to page 164. We stand as we prepare for the tefillah. Page 164. Ay la la ay la 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 Adonai. Ay la 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 sfatai tiftach. Ay la 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 ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ay la la Adonai. Ay la sfatai tiftach. Ay la ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. 166, all together in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol, HaGibor, v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע Mashiv ruach u'morih dagashem mechalkel chayim bechesed mechayei hakol berachamim rabim so mech noflim verofei cholim u'matir asurim u'mekayei memunato Lishenei afar micha mocha bal gevurot umido melach melech memit umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata le'achayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai Mechayei HaKol 170 Ata Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kedoshim B'Chol Yom Yalelucha Selah Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue quietly on page 172, either with the words of the Amidah or with your own words and your own tefillot, and join back together on page 180. ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imeru amen. Nosei shalom bimrom avu yasei shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imeru amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. You can be seated. Turn to page 371. With our hearts open from the Amidah, we turn our focus to those in our community in need of healing. Offer our prayer for them. If someone close to you is in need of healing and you'd like their name included, I will pause in the middle of the blessing and give you an opportunity to include their name in our blessing tonight. Page 371. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rachel v'Leah Hu yivarech et kol hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those who are ill, including
Mike Roth, Shelley Storch, Dennis Sadler, Lisa Ann Gaston, Roxanne Rogers,
Jefferson Pena, Emil St. Germain, Louise St. Germain, Leah Areola.
Jonathan Paredes, Vilna Fachister, Rachel Kiris.
Stephen Breyer.
Jenny Neese. Fran Slaughter.
Susie Horowitz, Keith Hood, Ken Burdett, Andrew Wheeler, Edwin Speck.
Janet Norum, Susie Horowitz, Susan Eilers, Phyllis Falk, Rita Crone, Ann and Lewis Olin, Ron Robinson, Barbara Freed, Barb Yarber, and Felice Friedman.
Linda Aaron-Saff, Joe Wagner, Sherry Silver, Barbara Frank, Lois Sorkin, Uvana Thomas, Louise Lyon, Samani Aaron-Saff.
Polly Cantos, Leo and Juanita Clausen, Lily Henry, Pablo Cencion.
Felice Friedman, Katie Adler, Lyndon Steve Ely, Heather Murray, Jerry Jacobson, Luana Bachler, Sandy Lindfors, Wilda Fink, Barbara Freed, the hostages in Israel, all the people in Ukraine.
Margaret and Tom Watson.
My grandma.
Heather and Jim Murray, Debbie and Moses Dreer, Debbie and Gerald Bernard, Mark and Joanne Schoen, Stacy Roth, Cynthia Wright, Alyssa Dipple, Bruce Adler, Sonia Freitas, Ann Hayes, Paul Hayes, Loretta Harrelson, Shelley Perkle, Deborah Dingle, J.J. Rook, Zabino family, Claire O'Neill, and Barbara Freed. Is there anybody else back there?
Angie and Ron Perdom, Stacy and Violet Lorish, Patty Beeman, Barbara Freed, Heather Murray, Sonia Freitas, Diana Swiger, and Barbara Freed.
May the Holy Blessed One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored, their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And we all say, Amen. Let's sing together. Mi shebe'erach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebe'erach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Good Shabbos. Great to see you all. What a lovely crowd tonight. Really, really beautiful. Thank you all for coming. Makes me feel good. And you especially. I saw you singing. I saw it. You can't hide that. Good for you. It's like you know the songs. Yeah, it's good. It feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, good. Maybe you can teach a couple of the other people. The Talmud records a story of Rabbi Hanina, who's speaking with the secular governor. And Rabbi Hanina was well known for his Shabbat cooking. So the secular governor had sampled his Shabbat cooking and asked him, what's your secret? What's the secret ingredient? Tell me what it is so that I can use it in my food and my food will taste like your food. What's your spices? He said, it's not a secret spice. It's nothing like what you think it is. The secret ingredient, he said, is Shabbat. When I reread this just recently, made me think of this episode of The Big Bang Theory, where, you know the show? Where Sheldon's mother says, do you know what the secret ingredient is? And Leonard jumps in and he's about to say love, right? Because that's what you always think, right? What's the secret ingredient? The secret ingredient is love, but she says, no, the secret ingredient is lard. He thinks she's going to say love, but she said lard instead of love. Yes. Like, that's funny, right? Like Shabbat is the, extra fat of flavor. The ruler says to Rabbi Hanina, well, then I will do it. Right? Like if that is the secret ingredient, then I'll use that too. And Rabbi Hanina says to him, the thing is that it only works for people who keep the Shabbat. I love that story. And it relates to my own experience in trying to share with people what is so special about Shabbat. Some of you know I just started this semester teaching a class at Agnes Scott College. Most of my students are not Jewish. A few are, but most are not. And I just recently taught them about Shabbat. And I had this experience in class where I felt like they're not getting it. And not because they're not capable or they're not smart, and not because I'm not explaining it well enough, but because it's very hard to explain what Shabbat is like to somebody who does not know about it. It's very hard to explain to someone what the feeling of the Sabbath is to a Sabbath observer if they do not have that as part of their mindset. Shabbat observance is, in our world, countercultural. It's not normal to forego all the things of regular life. It's not normal to have a day where you don't engage technology in the same way. It's not normal to have a day where you don't spend any money whatsoever. Not normal to have a day where you spend a significant amount of time in synagogue just singing songs. None of that is culturally normal. And so to try and expose somebody who knows nothing about Shabbat at all, nothing of the oneg, of the joyfulness, of the celebration, of the deep rest that you really only know if you practice. It's one of those things where the reward is connected with the effort. It's actually incredibly laborious to create Shabbat. If you make a traditional Shabbat, you have to start on Thursday morning. Shopping, cooking, baking bread. All of the things which are required ahead of time in order that when Shabbat comes, you might have that opportunity, that sacred space, that carved out special time. Most people, unfortunately, never have that incredible delight in their life of a time set aside as sacred, for which you cared and prepared, set aside and sacrificed, so that when it comes, you can share in a taste of paradise. In traditional Judaism, Shabbat is described as me'ein olam haba, a hint of the redemptive age, a time in which we won't be required to work because work won't be required. A time when all things find their place and their time. Each thing has its purpose, and all of our experience comes together in one holistic, whole, shalem, Shabbat shalom, a completeness of feeling and experience. Try telling that to some 19-year-old who can barely set their phone down for a moment. That's us too, right? It's not just them. The story of Rabbi Hanina reminds us that the reward is equal to the investment. If you want a Shabbat, you have to make Shabbat. If you want rest, you have to prepare earlier on. Work so that you will have the space and the time to rest. It's not magic. It's not some secret spice that you can just add to the mix of your life and suddenly it all makes sense. It's a commitment and a discipline and a practice, a devotion, a measure of something mysterious that goes against the normal way of thinking, that redeems us, uplifts us, and reminds us that we are not physical beings with a spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings with a physical experience. I pray this Shabbat that you will find some small measure of time which you dedicate as sacred, in which you have no agenda, no work to accomplish, no world to change, but just enough rest and peace and wholeness to create that really elusive flavor of Shabbat. The rewards of Shabbat come to those who commit and make a practice of Shabbat. May this Shabbat be filled with blessings, goodness, wholeness, and a satisfaction that can only come from Shmirat Shabbat, from the immersion into that deep sense of rest and purpose that comes with Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Turn to page 586, and we stand for the Aleinu, second paragraph on the page, 586. All together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gdula liotzer reshit, שלא עשנו כאויי ארצות, לא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לבני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שולט השמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, וזו שכינת וזו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו. יום ידעת יום וישבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתנו. כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעולמי אל תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You can be seated. Tonight we mark yard sites this month. We mark the yard sites for Melissa Greenhut, Dan Silverstein, Flora Hessling, Iris Tossig, Rosemary Norris, Louis Yakris, Rosie Bell Weiland, Evelyn Ginsberg, Benjamin Friedberger, Norman Lykach, Ellie Cherkis, Bruce Branitz, Bertha Aspler Weissman, Belle Rappaport, Henya Friedberger, and Beatrice Darnowski. Anybody here observing yard sites tonight? You want to say a little something about the person you're here to honor? Wonderful. Anyone else? Tehei nishmotam tzurot b'tzorah chayim. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life, and may their memories be a blessing. Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Together, Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, chayechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'lomei almaya, barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha b'richu. Min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimeru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, im aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Useh shalom b'mromav, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Good Shabbos. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for joining us remotely. For those of you who are online tonight, really nice to have everybody together. Want to wish a few happy birthdays and anniversary tonight. First of all, happy anniversary to Barry and Janet Abbas, who are celebrating their 41st, I think, this year, or something like that. Really wonderful. Birthdays this coming week, Michael Roth, Judy Epstein, Aaron Fuchs, Barry Miller, and Lillian Zell. When you see them, please wish them a happy birthday and a happy anniversary. Tomorrow morning, our services are at 11 a.m. My Yesodot Foundations class is at 9:30 a.m. We're turning our attention to Jewish life cycle events and moments, things like that, births, brisses, baby namings, bar mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, all that stuff. So please join us tomorrow morning at 9:30 for class, 11 o'clock for services. Purim is coming up in just a few weeks. Actually, like tonight is Purim Katan. Do you know about Purim Katan? Little Purim? So in years that it's a leap year, the leap year in Judaism is an entire month, not just a day. And so we add a second month of Adar, which is the month that Purim is in. So right now we are in the first Adar, and then there is a second Adar. Tonight, if you go outside, you'll see it's a full moon. Purim is on the full moon. But not this full moon, the next one, right? It's in the second Adar. It's always in the one that's closest to Passover. So that Purim and Passover are always 4 weeks apart instead of sometimes 8 weeks apart. But tonight would be Purim if there was only one Adar, and you can see because there's the full moon tonight. It's beautiful. I saw it as I was driving in tonight. So Purim is in just a month, 4 weeks rather. Please join us for that. We're doing something a little different this year, having a Saturday night get-together as well as a Sunday afternoon get-together for the Purim Carnival. So please join us for all of that. Anything else, Denise? Any other announcements tonight? Good. Anybody? Anything else? No? Please join us for Oneg afterwards for a little celebration and some food to share together. Shabbat Shalom.